Fox 5 Health Watch.
India Wilcox is sick. She's a huge fan of Cinderella, Snow White, and a cancer survivor. And now India and hundreds of other children have a new home away from home while they're undergoing treatment.
A 50-room, state-of-the-art Ronald McDonald house will open its doors Thursday. And Health Watch reporter Beth Galvin is here now with a sneak peek. Beth?
Amanda and Tom, when India was diagnosed with cancer, her parents had to leave everything behind and rush her to Atlanta. She spent most of her kindergarten year 90 miles from home in a hospital bed. And India's parents say they didn't really know about the Ronald McDonald house until their little girl really needed it. A lot can happen in a year. India Wilcox turned 6, got a puppy, lost her 2 front teeth, and Kenneth and Ruth Wilcox's youngest and fiercest child got very, very sick.
Her description was, I have the bug. She knew something was wrong.
When the normally playful first grader was racked by stomach pains, her mom discovered a lump in her abdomen.
About 3 trips to the doctor, they finally do a CT on her, and they find the mass and said it was growing.
And a biopsy showed that tumor filling India's abdomen was malignant.
It seemed like a nightmare when they come back and told me that it was cancerous. Oh God, that was the most hardest thing. It's just like a dream.
That day, the Wilcoxes rushed India 90 miles away from their home in Macon to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta at Eggleston.
It was, you gotta go now.
Like, is my baby gonna live or what's going on? Why I got to go to Atlanta?
Kenneth, a Macon police sergeant, says over the last year, India's made more than 40 trips to Children's for chemotherapy, radiation, then more chemo, and finally surgery.
There's a lot of trips, a lot of visits to the hospital, and a lot of trauma on her little body. And but she, she just kept taking it.
I miss going home, I miss going to school, and I miss my sister and my brother, and I miss everybody.
But Ruth Wilcox says the one place India felt safe was the Ronald McDonald house.
That was the most beautiful, the most nicest thing.
When India wasn't in the garden, she was in the playroom, staying at one point for 6 weeks so she could undergo daily radiation treatments.
It's just something about the playroom that would focus, her mind off being weak from radiation and everything.
And this week, a new Ronald McDonald house opens its doors near Emory University.
When we went in, I'm like, oh God, this is beautiful. Oh God, real nice on the inside.
It has 50 rooms, about 4 times the space of the old Ronald McDonald house.
It's kind of big, like this big.
Real big.
Like a White House.
The old house was so small, with just 16 rooms, Executive Director Linda Morris and her team had to turn hundreds of families away.
When it got up to about 500 people or families, that was very disturbing, and that's when we had to, spring into action and say, we've got to come up to speed here and we've got to do what we can do.
It took a year to raise $16 million to open up this house, and next week the first families move in.
Kapu Panda.
In India, well, she's back home now. Tests show no sign of her cancer. And what a difference a year can make.
Now that it's to the end, and sometime I wake up and I be like, is it real, God? Is it over with? And I can hear God say, yeah, it's over with. It's over. It is a miracle.
And India has to come back to Atlanta every 3 months for tests to make sure that her cancer has not returned. She says she cannot wait to stay at that new Ronald McDonald house. And tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we're going to take you inside a special wing of the house that is designed to give children who are undergoing transplants a safe place to stay with their families. And Amanda and Tom, the house looks big, but when you get inside it, it is so homey and comfortable. And these suites are really something special. So we'll show it to you tomorrow.
She's a precocious young girl.
Yes, she is.
Cancer can be so terrifying for kids, but it looks like places like the Ronald McDonald house could be a real sanctuary.
They have helped her a lot.
She's going to have to break in that new playroom, huh?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Good for her. Thanks.